And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your hosts, Pete and Mark.
Hey kids, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast.
I wasn't ready. I don't have my nickname.
Well, come up with it.
Mark Walking Stick Rodriguez.
Where are you the walking stick?
I don't know.
All right, well, I'm still Pete Salas, and this is still the Unnamed Podcast. How y'all doing? What's going on?
I'm just learning about stick insects.
Why? You walked in here talking, mumbling to yourself about walking sticks. Why is that?
Well, because I saw a walking stick on the door the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're terrifying.
Right?
They just look creepy. They look like something out of a sci-fi film.
I was poking at it with a stick the day that I found it. And it was hanging on to the mesh wire door thing, like the screen door.
Right.
It was hanging onto it and I couldn't knock it off. And I was afraid that if I pulled on it too hard, it would like swing into my face.
Right.
So I didn't want to pull on it too hard. But I have not a fear, but I'm like...
A phobia?
Not a phobia either. I'm just...
What do you call it?
I call it... I'm cautious around them because I feel like a long time ago when I was a little kid, my mom might have told me that they bite or something.
But they do bite, don't they?
I don't... See, I don't know if they do because my mom told me that, or a parent or somebody. And I don't know if I trust adults when I was little. Because my uncle one time told me, this is a fun fact, he told me that it was bad luck to wear one shoe. Because I was a weird little kid and I would just walk around with one shoe.
Oh my God.
So he told me for me to stop wearing one shoe. He said, hey, do you know it's bad luck to wear one shoe?
That is such like an Elsa thing. I don't know why, that just screams that region.
I'm sure he made it up.
Well, I'm sure he did, but still, he's from Elsa, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's an Elsa thing.
He told me it's bad luck to wear one shoe. So for the longest time, I thought it was bad luck to wear one shoe. And that's one of those things, like when you're little, some things just stick.
Right.
That was one of the things that stuck until I was a teenager, probably. And I'm not saying early teens, I'm saying late teens. And I was like, that probably was a lie. Just to keep me from...
When was the last time you wore one shoe?
Never.
What?
Yeah, I put them both on at the same time. No, probably that was the last day I wore one shoe.
So it's bad. Did he give you a reason? Was there just bad luck? Just a superstition type of thing?
That's a blanket answer. Bad luck. Like, done. Never going to do that again.
Wow.
That's when you're young. So anyways, I Googled walking sticks.
Well, while you do that, you guys can probably tell I'm a little under the weather. I got kind of sick on Thursday night, and Friday I was like, bleh, just dying. I woke up with like a head cold and had a fever and stuff. So I'm getting over it now. I'm feeling better. I just sound like I'm still sick.
You look better.
Thank you. I was at death's door on Friday night.
Were you knocking?
I'm being dramatic, of course, but
when you get sick, do you get real like dramatic?
What do you mean?
Like, because when I get sick, I'm done. That's it. I can't do a damn thing.
Like you're like
I'm
revising
dying.
your will and shit.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Like if I have a temperature, I want all the blankets, and then I want the fan on,
right?
Because it's too hot.
So you're a real baby when you're...
I'm a big old baby.
Okay. Well, what happened before you had a wife? I guess your mom would take care of you, right?
Yep. She would.
Yeah, I think we all do that. We kind of all revert back to infancy when we're sick. Some people are obviously tougher than others. I wouldn't say that I become a real baby. I like to be babied.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that, like, if I don't get it, I'm not all, bratty about it, I guess.
I'm not bratty either, but I physically can't do anything. I'm just so weak, and I'm like, I'm dying. Oh my God. Alyssa!
Well, I have a problem with napping. Like, I can't nap during the day. Like
really?
Some people, I just can't do it. I can't. If I go to, I guess I can't nap. Like, if I'm going to go to sleep, I'm out for 8 hours. You know what I mean? So it's not like those people who come home for lunch and take a nap. Like, I can't do that. I can't. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
I need to take 10 minutes back. That leaves me with 40 minutes to sleep. That's not going to happen. It takes me 45 minutes just to get sleepy. I don't know. But
one time I was sleepy. This happened like last week, and I told Alyssa, I was like, because we have 2 kids, we're terrible. We're not terrible. It's terrible. Life sucks right now because they're so young and they're so full of life and energy, and I hate it. I told Alyssa,
children are the worst.
I said, hey, I'm going to go to, because I was so dead tired. I was like, I'm going to head to the bedroom. I'm going to take a 15-minute nap. I didn't know if I could, but I was like, I'm going to just go take a 15-minute nap. So I went, set my alarm for 15 minutes, knocked out, came back up, still a little bit tired, but I was like, you know what? I feel better.
How is that possible? How can you just fall asleep instantly?
She has the same problem with falling asleep.
15 minutes is like nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing, man.
I wanted to try it.
It's not even an episode of anything.
I wanted to see if I could do it in 15 minutes, because 15 minutes is a nice cycle, I believe. I think that's like you go into REM and then you come out.
I don't think you can get to REM in 15 minutes. Well, I guess everyone's different. I don't know. But while I was sick, I was I have a lot of TV to watch, like current TV.
Yeah.
I'm watching, I'm watching Tyrant. I'm watching The Brink, True Detective Season 2, which I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like 5 episodes in.
Have they switched the characters or?
Yeah, it's an anthology series, so it's a whole new cast, a whole new story.
Yeah. Is this the current season?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Last season was Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, which was a great story.
Yeah.
And I think like they had a lot to like big shoes to fill for season 2.
Yeah.
And so far it's been a good show. I'm not knocking it. I just don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that's watching it too.
It's one of those
like,
that I don't think I'm going to tell till like the last frame. I was like, oh, I get it now.
Oh, they were inside a pizza parlor.
Right.
I didn't know they switched scenes. I thought they were still in his bedroom.
Right, exactly. But as I'm saying, I have a lot of current TV to watch, but when I'm sick and I got nothing to do but lay in bed, I guess maybe because I can't focus on anything new, I need to retread the old. I need to revisit the past.
Yeah. I
need some comfort television.
Yeah.
I started Breaking Bad again.
That's a good show.
And it is perfect. It is the perfect show. I know that obviously everyone who listens to this has probably seen it already, but I cannot stress enough how perfect that show is. This is my second viewing from the beginning, and it hooks me. Like I watched so like 3 of them in a row. Like that's 3 hours.
Yeah.
I just sat there watching, or laid there rather, and I just felt so much better. Like to revisit that cast. I missed Jesse. I missed Walt.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Textbook Walt.
So I'm almost done with season 1 again, and that's in 1 weekend.
Already?
Yeah, I knocked it out.
Weren't you watching like episode 2 yesterday?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I watched a bunch of them. But dude, perfect show.
It's good.
Perfect.
It's fantastic. I have no critiques.
So I was very happy. I'm going to say that Breaking Bad single-handedly made me feel better.
Really?
Rather than the medicine.
Or God.
Or God.
Let's not get into that.
No, let's not. We already have enough haters for this show.
I know. Oh, did we get any bumps in viewership?
I'm glad you asked. We got, in 2 days, the same amount of views that we got in a full week of the
Dinosaurs Are
40.
Fabulous?
Yeah, episode 40.
Wow.
So I guess my experiment worked. People were turned off by the rainbow flag icon on YouTube, at least.
Yeah.
I didn't stress last week when I was talking about this, but I was specifically talking about the YouTube views.
Yeah.
Our iTunes download, the regular podcast download of the MP3, that was normal. That didn't fluctuate. That didn't go down at all. But that's because I didn't have that little icon on there.
Yeah, you think that's why?
I think so. I think people downloaded it without, just the people who subscribe, and they download it. So the downloads didn't go down. It's just the YouTube views specifically is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So there you have it. We it was, proof was in the pudding.
I think Taylor Swift said it best. Haters gonna hate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'm just gonna shake. Hey, did you know walking sticks don't bite?
Do they? Then what do they have? Do they have venom? Some sort of a poison?
Stick insects don't bite, but they aren't defenseless. If threatened, a stick insect will use whatever means necessary to thwart its attacker. Some
Whatever means, like karate.
perhaps, I don't know. I think you're thinking of praying mantis.
Oh yeah, because they look kind of karate-ish.
See, that's a leaf, but this is a stick.
Right.
Completely different things.
But they just look fucking creepy.
Oh yeah. Some will regurgitate a nasty substance that will put a bad taste in a hungry predator's mouth. Others reflex bleed, oozing a foul-smelling hemolymph from joints in their body. Some of the large tropical stick insects may use their leg spines, which help them climb, to inflict some pain on an enemy. Stick insects may even direct a chemical spray, much like tear gas, at the offender.
What? Well, what do they do to humans? We're not putting them in our mouths. We're talking about like if they climb on us. Do they pinch? Does that little hemoglobin or whatever you're saying, does that burn your skin? You know what else freaked me out as a kid? Do you remember those?
This was an.
Do you remember those
About.com.
furry caterpillars?
Yeah.
The black ones?
Yeah.
Everyone said that those burned you too.
Yes.
Did they?
I don't know.
Okay, I never touched them, so
I never touched them either. It's just one of those things that everyone's like, don't touch it. Oh, okay.
Right.
I guess
it looked creepy, so it was
the
creepy
way it
enough.
moves too is just kind of like doing the worm.
Right. Fuzzy caterpillar black thing, and everyone said that they burned.
Yeah, everyone said don't touch it.
Everyone had that one cousin who they would say like, oh, he touched it and look, he's burnt now, and like he's got I don't know,
a mole.
So I don't know.
It landed on his arm.
He's dead now.
Yeah. But yeah.
Poor bastard.
So stick insects don't really bite us.
Yeah, but they are ugly.
Ugly as sin.
Do you have any other phobias about insects?
Outside of spiders crawling in my butthole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about that.
No, although like I know a lot of people that are just terrified of cockroaches.
Yeah, a lot of people are just, they have this huge hatred for cockroaches.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they're disgusting little creatures.
Yes, absolutely.
But-
filled with just
But
disease.
I've known people that are just terrified of cockroaches.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that fly, which apparently they all fly.
Yeah, that's weird when like they're for the most part they're walking, and then you'll see some that just fucking take off in
Right.
flight.
And
And I'm like, why? Oh,
why?
It startles me. I'm
Why?
not gonna say that I'm not unaffected by when they take flight.
I went to Red Robin
Yum.
a few weeks ago, maybe months ago. I can't remember. I was there with Grief and his lovely bride to be, and we were sitting in there, and we saw what we thought was a hummingbird fly over our heads, and we were like, "There's a fucking hummingbird in here." And this guy Joey that we were with, he's like, "That's not a hummingbird," but it was like out of a horror movie. Like he was like, "That's no hummingbird." It landed on the wall. Flying cockroach in Red Robin, flew right over our heads, went to this table in the corner. The table just freaked. We heard a lady shriek, and like the kids just scattered, and it was crazy. And then like the manager came over with like a hazmat suit on, and they cleaned off they had to, I guess for show, they had to look like they were doing like everything they could. Right. They disinfected, they took the table down, they took the chairs away. They
set it on fire.
They quarantined that area and set the table on fire. And I guess I'm saying it was all for the patrons to say like, well, they had a cockroach problem and they did everything they could, but
they handled the sitch.
It was still kind of gross. It flew right over our head.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a cockroach on you while you were asleep in bed?
Yes. I when I used to live down in the ghetto side of McAllen, in the ghetto of McAllen, at my grandparents' house, there was a big cockroach problem there, and I remember several times, maybe 2 or 3 times, being woken up by a cockroach on my face, and like I would flick it, and it would fly away, and then it was.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I had one where I was asleep under the covers. I felt the crunchy walking of its legs crawling up my thigh, and it kind of startled me awake. And I was like, "What was that? Probably nothing. Just fucking tremors of my body. And then it started again, and I jumped off, and I fucking grabbed it, and I fucking threw it against the wall. It was fight or flight, and I fought that cockroach.
You did,
and I beat the shit out of it.
There you go. You're an American hero, sir. I'm
right up there with David Bowie, Davy Jones.
What are you talking about?
David Bowie. Daniel Boone?
Davy Crockett?
No, David Bowie oh yeah.
David Bowie, sir. It's fucking Ziggy Stardust.
Who's got a Bowie knife?
Daniel Bowie? Is it Daniel?
I think I might be right.
I know it's not David.
Anyways, that guy, you know what? That's a handsome man. Still got it, probably.
Who? David Bowie?
David Bowie.
Yeah. I was watching Labyrinth the other day. Quentin had never seen Labyrinth, and I finally sat him down to watch it.
How did you like it?
He didn't care for it.
He's an idiot.
He is an idiot. He was walking in and out, but again, he's always preoccupied with different things. And
yes.
These kids nowadays can't appreciate anything.
Nope.
But he came in for the important parts. I kept calling him in for the parts that I knew were cool. And dude, that movie, I love that movie so much.
Alyssa loves that movie
so much. I love that movie. It's got to be in my top 5 favorite movies.
I have fond memories of that movie. It's 80s as fuck.
Yeah, it's really 80s. It's really.
And I think David Bowie was the perfect casting choice.
Right. Who else could they have
No
picked?
one could have done it. Maybe Whoopi Goldberg.
What the hell are you
Maybe.
talking about?
Sister Act, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
There's 3 of them?
I think so.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, because
You were thinking of Sister Act?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was about to tell you, we air The View.
Oh, okay.
And Whoopi Goldberg is on The View. And I was I was just watching her, and I'm like, damn it, Whoopi Goldberg, you got your shit together. Way to go. Because she's got an EGOT. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
Really?
Yeah.
How many EGOTs are there out there?
I believe there's 11.
Really?
I looked it up one day.
Okay.
The most recent was the man who wrote Let It Go.
Wait, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony.
Correct.
So the Emmy was probably for The View or something, right?
Probably.
The Oscar was, I'm sorry, what was the Grammy for?
Soundtrack of Sister Act 2. I don't know.
Maybe like a comedy album? I don't know.
It might be. Yeah, that could be it.
And the Oscar was The Color Purple. I remember that.
Yeah. Tony is probably Sister Act 2 on Broadway.
You're a big fan of Sister Act.
I cannot remember anything about the movie. I was remembering it because I was like, I should watch that movie because it made her, and it's probably good. I mean, I have distant memories of it, but I can't remember anything outside of like a casino, and they're singing in the church.
She was like a showgirl?
Yeah.
And she was pretending to be a nun?
Yeah, it's kind of like an underdog story, right?
I guess.
Well, weren't they going to like the nun choir championships?
Is there such a
the
thing?
nationals?
I don't remember that movie.
Please write in and give us the breakdown. Pretty much copy and paste IMDb.
We should have watched that and then given a review of Sister Act.
You know, I've been thinking about that also because I'm always thinking.
Right.
I was like, we should take a series of films and just watch them and review them.
Okay.
Or I was thinking we could also do like an episode of a show.
Okay.
Because there's a podcast, I haven't heard of it, but heard it. But apparently it's called It's a Duck Blur, I think.
It's a Duck Blur?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they just they watch an episode of DuckTales and then they break it down. And they watch like a 22-minute cartoon and they talk about it for an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah. And they probably go on tangents and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure. But
that sounds like an interesting concept.
But of just DuckTales?
Just DuckTales. There's like 108 episodes.
Okay.
There's a shit ton of episodes.
Are you maybe talking like a summer series for the Still Unnamed podcast?
Well, I was trying to think of different ones. I was like, we could do Batman movies.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a bunch of them. And I don't know if you knew this. This is one of my in the closet kind of collections. I have every episode of Buffy on DVD.
Oh my god. Wow, I've never seen an episode.
Really?
Never.
It is.
I loved the movie.
Uh-huh.
the original movie. But I never watched the spin-off. And I used to think Sarah Michelle Gellar was super cute, and I don't know why I never watched that show.
It does not hold up. It's late 90s as fuck.
Okay.
But it's okay, it does hold up. I'm going to say that cuz I watched it probably late 2010, like 2008, 9 around that time. Cuz listen, I didn't really have anything to watch, and we were at Target, and there was like you know how sometimes they have a double box set sale?
No.
They had Buffy season 1 and 2.
Okay.
And I was like, let's get it. And she's like, okay. So we watched it, and then we went on eBay and bought like the rest of them.
You were hooked.
It's a really good show. It's made by what's his name? Avengers.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's right. Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon, yeah. He's great. It's got him all over it.
Okay.
Like his humor, his dialogue, it's a great series.
Well, then we should have a Vampire Slayer weekend.
We're not gonna watch them all.
Oh.
But there's really good episodes. Like I have fond memories of different kind of.
Well, I was thinking like,
it's no Breaking Bad.
to your point, we should watch something that like either I'm a huge fan of and you could care less about, or vice versa, and then talk about it, because that would be like the perfect way of me complaining about the show, but you're defending it.
Yeah.
But now I have actually seen it to make it make sense.
Yes.
I don't know.
Star Wars.
No, I don't want to do Star Wars.
Then I don't have an excuse to watch it, and then I'll be like, guys, there's no big hullabaloo.
There's nothing special.
I mean, we've seen it all before. I mean, Spaceballs, anyone?
Jesus. Oh man. But yeah, I'd be down to watch some Buffy. I've never seen it. Have you seen the movie? You watched the movie,
yes,
right?
the movie's really good too.
Okay.
It is a spin-off of the movie. It's kind of like right after the movie. You know how she's a senior in the movie?
Uh-huh.
She's a sophomore in the TV show.
Okay.
And they kind of just brush that under the rug. They're just like, this is...
she needs
there you go.
Yeah,
That's
a
it.
few more years. Dude, I still laugh about Pee Wee Herman in that movie. His death scene is amazing. When
It's
he's like,
great. God, it was such a good movie.
I know.
Luke Perry?
I know.
He's got wrinkly eyebrows as hell.
Does he?
Yeah, that's like his look. He's just
like
always
a furrowed brow?
Furrowed brow, and he's just always like,
Yeah.
I'm the 90s teen heartthrob.
He was, but wasn't he already like 30 in the 90s?
Yeah.
That would make him like 60 now, right?
90210. Did you ever watch that?
Damn good looking man. No, I never watched that either.
Me neither.
There's a lot of 90s stuff I didn't watch. I was very preoccupied with wrestling
It was
and tits.
pretty much the Birds. I don't know. It was like a drama for teens, right?
Yeah?
Like a soap opera for teens.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. I think I watched a couple
It was
episodes.
on Fox, which I don't think we got down here in the valley till like the mid 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So I know like that, Melrose Place, In Living Color, all those
Yeah.
were Fox shows that I had only heard about.
Yeah.
You know that funny thing, the first time I ever even heard of In Living Color or saw anything having to do with it was on a T-shirt.
Really?
I was there was a department store here in McAllen called Wieners.
Hilarious.
Yes, hilarious name. And that's where my parents would take me for back to school shopping. To Wieners. Because I think my mom had credit there or something like that.
How does she get credit at Wieners?
I don't know.
I don't know. Did she sweep in the bag?
But when I was there, I remember seeing a white T-shirt with a black clown on it. And it said In Living Color, and it said, "Homie, don't play that."
Homie the Clown.
And I didn't know what that was because we hadn't, at that point, we got the merchandise.
Yes.
Before we even got the show down here in the valley. It was very strange.
Yeah.
Never heard of it, ever. Until...
It made an impact on you, though?
Yes, I remember seeing Damon Wayans looked funny.
Yeah.
With clown makeup on. I've never seen
Was
a
he
black clown.
standing in like a door?
I guess he was standing like on the sidewalk and he was holding his sock full of socks or
Nickels, maybe.
Right, and then it just said "Homie, don't play that," and it had the In Living Color logo on the bottom, and I saw it, and it mesmerized me, and I can't believe that that's such a fond memory I have from like when I was like 11.
Yeah.
And I just
it wasn't tits or wrestling.
Right. So it broke the mold for me. Like it got through to me, and I was staring at it, and I'm like, what is this? I didn't know what it was. And then probably like 3 months later, we got Fox, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, In Living Color, and I'm huge fan of In Living Color, huge fan. Like some people are huge fans of SNL, which I mean they've been on for 40 years.
Yeah.
Some people were big fans of Mad TV. I didn't care for it very much.
I liked it.
In Living Color was my jam.
That was your jam.
I had them. I would record them.
Really?
I would record them because they used to show them on FX, I think. Was it FX or E or one of those cable channels would show them.
Okay.
Like in syndication, and I would record them every single night, and I would like practice
on DVR?
the skits. No, like on VHS.
Oh my God.
Back in the Dizzy, and I was a huge fan of In Living Color.
Why didn't you just watch them on the YouTube?
That didn't exist back then, Mark.
What?
Yeah, this was back in the day when you were a little kid.
Where there was 15 miles of snow between you and everything?
Right. So, do you remember In Living Color?
Yeah. I remember different skits. I remember the Homie Don't Play That. That's one of the most famous ones.
Mm-hmm. Fire Marshal Bill, Men on Film.
I remember the Jim Carrey doing that Informer parody.
Oh, yeah. And he also did Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
They were really, really, like, groundbreaking.
Yeah, they were.
And, I mean, they that show introduced us to so many, like, Jim Carrey, top of the list, Jim Carrey. The Wayans brothers.
All 15 of them?
All of them. David Alan Grier, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Just everybody was on that show, dude.
Yeah, it was a great show.
It was awesome. I feel like watching it now. Where can I find In Living Color?
YouTube.
I guess. But I don't want to.
This good. I mean, that I actually saw an In Living Color sketch a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
On YouTube. It was funny.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't as like, oh my God. It's because I was at work and I watch a lot of YouTube at work.
One of my favorite was it was Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans, and they were like evangelical preachers.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey was like that whole praise the Lord, that type of.
Yeah.
And he would like do a song and dance and stuff while Damon Wayans would collect money.
Uh-huh.
And then like when the basket wasn't full enough, Damon Wayans would pull out a gun and it was so funny, man. I remember that shit so fondly from when I was a kid.
So much great shows.
I miss being a kid.
Yeah.
I had that talk just recently with Quentin. He was crying because he didn't want to grow up, and it was like hitting him like how much he's grown.
Yeah.
And how much older he's gotten.
Yes.
It's a very sad situation to hear him whining and crying about I don't want to grow up and I don't want to be a big boy and stuff like that.
There's pros and cons. I mean, the other day I bought cookies and I ate them. I could not do that as a kid.
Right. No, that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling him, like, I do things with him that I couldn't, him now at this age, that I couldn't do when he was a baby.
Yeah.
Or when he was younger or whatever.
That's true.
So, I mean, if he's having fun doing stuff now, then that's only because he's growing older. And, you know, I had to put it in those terms for him to understand it.
And he's getting better at video games.
Right.
Like,
but
Dexter, he's gonna be a gamer. I can already tell because
you think so?
Whenever I pop in Batman, he'll want another controller, so I'll hand him the controller and he'll be fine sitting right next to me with the controller in his hand, watching me play. And he's a very like easily irritable child.
Right.
So if he's just watching me play video games with a controller in his hand and he's content, I'm like, this is gonna be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
but
works.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
No. Just that. I mean, like. I notice, like if I'm holding Dexter or whatever, or holding Quentin's little sister, you know, they're babies.
Yes.
So they're climbing on me and they're, you know,
all over you and
right. And I see him look at them and with like jealousy, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe jealousy.
You don't know how fucking lucky I am.
Right.
Now.
And then like once I put them down or whatever, he'll come and he'll try to do the same. But I mean, he's a big kid. He's bulky.
Big kid.
And I hold him as best I can, but I feel like there's just a sadness. Like I like he wishes he could be that size again.
Yeah,
And
he wants to be held by daddy.
right.
Makes sense.
So it makes me sad a little bit, but like I said, I try to explain to him that, you know, I do things with him that I can't do with the little ones.
Yeah, yesterday I was trying, like, Harley, all she wants to do is play with toys.
Okay.
But, like, and I feel guilty, but sometimes I'm just so spent from the day that I don't play with her.
Uh-huh.
And yesterday we had time, and I was watching her and Dexter, and she wanted to play, and I would play with her when I could, like, for 5 minutes, and then Dexter would be freaking out about something, so I'd have to leave, and she would say, "Daddy, play with me," but I couldn't because I had to pay attention to Dexter, and he needed something,
Right.
Be it juice or grapes or changing a diaper or anything.
Something,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't give her as much attention as I used to, and I feel a little bit guilty about it, but I mean, I hope she understands, but you never know if it's gonna be one of those things that stick with you when you get older, like,
Right.
Dad never played with me, as opposed to thinking about the times that I did.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really plan for those things.
I know.
They're going to happen. If they happen, they're going to happen. Kids are never appreciative of. They're never fully satisfied.
No, they're not. Like, Alyssa and I could be playing with her, and then we will want to sit down and unwind, and she'll say, "Does anyone want to play with me?" But we had just finished playing with her.
And the answer is no.
Yeah, it sounds terrible, and I'm so sorry, but yeah, we tell her no sometimes.
Right. You have to. It can't be all about them. I mean, it is all about them.
Absolutely.
It's always about them.
Yes.
So, like, if you want to take 10 minutes for yourself, then
I shouldn't feel guilty
you
for
shouldn't
it.
feel guilty for
Did you
it.
see the Facebook post I posted earlier today?
I have not been on Facebook today, no.
It was something like, parenthood is when you've had breakfast ready for over an hour and you've gone through half a pancake. Hashtag parenthood, hashtag children, hashtag Harley eat your food, hashtag Dexter don't put bacon in your hair.
Yep, it's true. The other day, Quentin was talking about money, and the kids have no concept of money whatsoever.
No.
I forgot what the circumstances were. I had a $100 bill in my wallet.
Wow.
Right. And
Was it meth related?
Yeah. This was a few weeks back that he saw it. So he thinks it was still there.
Yeah.
So the other day he was asking for something, and I said, I don't have any money. He goes, "But you have $100 in your wallet." And I said, "I don't have $100 anymore." And he goes, you see, you never buy me anything. You probably spent it on yourself. Like, he's like telling me off. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. That $100, I can guarantee you, went to something for you. Guarantee it. Whether it's food, a shirt, gas just to get you somewhere. It went to you. I don't do anything for myself.
Man, gas is always the like, it's gone down, thanks Obama.
Yeah.
But I'm still spending maybe $20 or $30 a week.
Yeah, I'm filling up every week just about. But I mean, he doesn't understand. And one day I hope he will. I know he will.
Yeah.
But I hope one day he'll just turn around and say, "Dad, thank you for everything." That's all I want.
Maybe one day.
I know I've done that for my parents.
Have you?
Several times. I like something that Quentin will remind me of me being a little shit.
Yeah.
I'll turn around and I'll apologize, or I'll thank them or something like that. It's just kind of like, pay it forward.
Yeah. I'm sorry I was a little asshole.
Yeah, we were all little assholes, and now we have little assholes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the circle begins again.
Yes.
So let me talk about that food that I got.
Oh, yes.
'Cause I teased it. I went to Burger King 2 weeks ago, I want to say.
Okay.
And I ordered there's like a 2 for $5 sandwiches.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar.
I am, sort of.
I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 2 sandwiches and 2 value fries.
Okay.
And I'm going to eat one now, and then I'll have one for dinner because I think Alyssa was working that night.
Okay.
So I get there, and I order my food, and then I go to the window, and then she takes my money, and everyone's lining up. in the front. So then she gives me my card and my receipt, and then she walks away. And I assumed, I guess, just drive forward. Mm-hmm. So I drive forward. I'm behind the window, and then the cars start driving away. I'm the next in line, and I'm waiting. And then a car behind me goes around me because they got their food, and then another car goes around me because they got their food. And it had been like 10 minutes.
What?
I was just waiting, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Right. So I drive all the way around, and I'm very non-confrontational. Right.
But you also hate to wait.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really playing with your emotions. I'm taking it.
So I drive around, and I don't go through the box. I go straight to the window, and she's like, hey, weren't you just here? I was like, yeah, I haven't gotten my food yet. And she said,
you went around the building?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she said, what? And I was like, yeah. Then I dialed it back. I was like, yeah, I haven't gotten my food. Uh-huh. And she's like, Mijo, I am so sorry. It was like an older woman. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. So she goes and she's like, it'll be right out. So she goes and she gives me my food, and she upgrades the fries. They were value fries, which is like a little bag. She upgrades them to medium fries. Oh. And then she's like, here's your food. I upgraded the fries. I also threw a Hershey pie in there. And do you want a drink? Do you want me to get you a drink also? And I was like, I'll take a Sprite if you have it. And I think the car right behind me had a Sprite because she just grabbed it and handed it to me.
Wow, it was ready.
Yeah. And she's like, here you go. I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So I got a Hershey pie, a Sprite, and I had a feast for my lunch. I was expecting like a burger and a little bag of fries, and I was fucking set.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, we got to go through drive-thrus more often.
I get hooked up.
You're good luck.
I'm good luck. I'm gonna say it. I have the balls.
You're not afraid to say it. As you sip on your Kool-Aid jammer.
Cherry bitch.
Oh shit! Hit the music. On that note, I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you for joining us on this Happy Taco Tuesday to everyone. And thank you guys for coming back. This is episode 42. 10 more, and we've got a year? What is that about?
No? Because you skipped a couple of them.
Did I?
Our yearly anniversary is going to be like 49 or 50.
So? Yeah, but...
Okay, go on. Okay, just...
Shut up!
You shut up!
You shut up!
I'm going by the date it dropped.
I'm Pete Salas along with...
Mark Walking Stick Rodriguez.
Walking Dick Rodriguez.
Walking dick you in the mouth.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. Thank you for listening, and have yourself a very, very happy Taco Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Watch out for walking sticks. And dicks.
Especially dicks.